Hot topics and some fiery moments tonight from the three Republicans who want to be your next U.S. Senator from Ohio. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11 o'clock. I'm Cherie Palello.
And I'm Mike Dardas. Yeah, less than 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to find out if Bernie Moreno, Frank LaRose, or Matt Dolan will be the Republican who faces incumbent Democrat Sherrod Brown in the November election.
So tonight, voters got one last chance to hear directly from the three Republicans in a WLWT debate that I moderated at Miami University tonight. So we touched on a number of important topics, including former President Trump. Today, he became the presumptive Republican presidential nominee after Nikki Haley dropped out of the race.
I'm supporting President Trump to be our nominee, but because I support Trump Republican policies. Look, his personality, it's not me. His political style, it's not me. But his policies that make your life better, that make America stronger, will make Ohio stronger, that is me.
You want a leader who is fearless and who is feared. That's who Donald Trump is. And I understand that some people, again, may find his personality abrasive. I think that's the kind of bold, courageous leader that we need.
He's a good man, and we need more people to say that loudly and clearly. It's not just the policies. We're so lucky to have a man like that that's so strong, that's willing to fight for this country.
The southern border, another hot topic for voters and these three candidates. LaRose, Moreno, and Dolan all say that they're going to help close the border.
I volunteered as a soldier with the 101st Airborne to serve as part of a counter-narcotics task force on the border. I've laid out a very clear plan. 3 military divisions immediately deployed to the border. The president could do this tonight if he wanted to. Don't hold your breath, anyone.
The problem is our asylum laws are a loophole. We could have 1 million troops on the border, but if our law isn't changed so that if you come in illegally, raise your hand and claim asylum, the law currently says you must be granted an asylum hearing.
We have a border issue in the United States, but under Joe Biden, it's a border crisis and it deserves to be responded as such. And I am the only one in this race who's called for securing and sealing the border, which means we are temporarily closing the border to immigration.
Abortion, another hot topic for Ohio. Just this past November, voters approving a state constitutional amendment that ensures access to abortion in Ohio. So I asked the three candidates where they stand on the issue.
Let's get to a 15-week standard where after 15 weeks, there are some common sense restrictions so that in this country, the greatest country on earth, we don't have elective late-term abortions.
But I have never deviated from the fact that we need to have 3 exceptions: life of the mother, rape, and incest. And when I fight Sherrod Brown in the fall, he's not going to be able to do what he's going to do against these guys.
It's not good enough to be pro-birth. We must truly be pro-life. We need to affirm life and those that want to start a family. We need to be supportive of women that are making difficult choices to make sure that they can make those life-affirming choices.
I also asked all three if they support a federal ban on abortion. None directly answered the question. Now, other key issues discussed tonight include America's role in global conflicts, the economy, and efforts to reach across the aisle. You can watch the entire debate, including clips from each question and answer, on our website. Go to WLWT.com.